Hello, folks. Alright, so, in the last episode I said that it might be a while until I make another one, because I'm kind of running out of ideas, but then I realized something. The news. Oh boy, the news. If you haven't noticed, it's kind of been sucking lately. Let's go back to where it all began. Technically, there is no beginning because ever since the dawn of time, people have been going around and talking to each other about events that have been going on. We've been drawing it on the walls of the cave and what people did that day. It's been going on for pretty much as long as we can remember. But when did we start spreading it out to the public? Well, centuries ago. Yeah, centuries ago. We would write it down on a piece of paper and give it out to lots of different people. Okay, so that might have been acceptable at the time. But they still make the crap. Yes, they still make freaking newspapers. It's the year 2019. It's about to be 2020. And they're still making the crap. It's not like we don't have any other options. I mean, okay, and I want to say in the 1930s, television becomes popular. And one of its main purposes back in the day was to news broadcast, basically. So they'd record the footage and send it out, broadcast it. Okay, so we don't have to read anymore. They use their own mouths to talk and explain to us all these events. And on top of that, we don't just look at still pictures. We can now see, full motion video. Okay, so once that became popular, you'd think the newspaper would die out. No, not yet. Okay, so decades later, the internet becomes popular. And so, when you're on your desktop computer in the 90s, you would probably search, or the adults would at least, what is going on in the world, or something like that. I don't know what the kids would look up, but that's not the point. So, okay. So, you're now able to search events whenever you feel like it. You'd think that would be what would kill the newspaper. Not quite. Okay, a while after that, the mobile phone comes out. And we're now able to carry around in our pocket wherever we go and just take it out and look at the news whenever we feel like it. Wherever the hell you are, just take out your phone, if you have unlimited data that is, and look at the news. Okay. You'd think that maybe that would kill the newspaper. Of course not. What? Are we just going to keep making newspapers throughout the rest of humanity? They're so old school. Why do we still make the crap? The only thing I can think of newspapers being good for is arts and crafts. More like ass and crap. But that's besides the point. So, yeah, it kind of triggers me that they're still making newspapers, but that's not what I'm here to talk about, okay? However you want to view the news is your business, but there's no denying that it's been kind of negative lately. Now look, sometimes in life we're going to have to hear negative stuff. I know it's not cool, but sometimes we got to hear what's going on and to make sure it won't happen again. Like, why do they teach the Holocaust in school? Nobody wants to hear that crap. Well, we want people to know this because we don't want it to happen again, and we want to know how we can prevent it from happening again. So yeah, but they've been focusing too much on the negative stuff. Like, you want to take a break? Like, for example, they would probably report, some drunk ass got arrested. Okay, when the hell did it become appropriate to tell the whole world that some guy got in trouble? When the hell did that become acceptable? That's bull stuff. So, You gotta be kidding me. We don't care if somebody gets arrested. That's their business. And also, some guy gets murdered. Well, that is something we gotta address probably, but I don't know if the families of that guy would be too happy to have random strangers know that that guy got murdered. So, maybe we should just keep that out of here. You know what? They report car crashes on the news. Car crashes? Wow. Don't those happen a bit too often to report them? I mean, I'm not going to report all of them, obviously, because literally every second there's a car crash. Probably more than one every second. Yeah, that's right. The time I've been talking about car crashes in this episode, like, 30 seconds ago or something? I don't know. There's probably been, hundreds of car crashes. No joke. They happen all the freaking time. So why do we need to report one whenever one happens? It's too freaking common. Of course, the really major car crashes might need to be reported, but just the minor ones, forget about it. Okay? Well, anyways. Alright, so can we just, stop the news altogether? Well, no, we do need the news in our life, but I think we can probably start to decrease the amount of negativity in the news. What is a good use for the news? Well, a long time ago, well, not that long ago, it was probably a couple of years ago or something, I watched a video on YouTube about some news report of the ESRB rating system for video games. Now, I'm not saying all video game, or not all news reports have to be video game related, okay? But this is just one example of when they use the news correctly, when it's done right. So they're basically talking about, little kids playing these violent video games, and they're trying to make the parents aware about the little ESRB rating system, what each of the letters mean. They're trying to get parents to be aware of that crap before they buy their kids video games. So, because you'd be surprised how many dumbasses would just buy their 6-year-olds M-rated games. You don't need to be an expert at video games, but if you're going to have a kid who's going to play them, you need to understand the ESRB rating system. Otherwise, don't buy your kids games. Alright? But yeah, that was basically just an example of a good use of the news. A good way to use the news. So yeah, now, try to limit this whole arresting and murdering crap, and just try to focus more on the positives. Yes, we're going to have to report negative stuff every now and then, but I think there's probably more good in the world than bad, right? I don't know. But, anyways, so yeah, that was this episode. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.